All righty. We welcome you to another show here, Kindness Beyond the Veil, episode 4. Um, your listening host. this, this damn throat thing, it's like the fourth week. And I'm sorry that I have to go on like this, but gotta A, be my authentic self, and B, just too much to say. Even with this damn throat thing. I made kind of a bargain because I'm doing energy healing, right? And I am determined uh, to make this thing disappear energetic. Um, and I'm too damn stubborn. I'm not having anybody look at this damn thing. I don't trust doctors. I mean, the thing that's right before, it will go back down at some point. I honestly think that it had something to do with being very aggressive on uh, further ascending uh, and all the things that come with it, like purging and that dark night of the soul. That's grueling, grueling stuff. You know, I did. I thought I had been through kind of the ringer for a while. But you really have to get beat down, process this stuff. You have to look at the dark side of yourself, the shadow side. And then you have to kind of like it because, positive and negative are both energy that uh, exist and ain't going anywhere. I mean, negative is negative charge, not like evil. So these things, and they're part of life. That love-based and fear-based emotions. Make up the whole spectrum. So you gotta kind of keep both of them around, but you have to. It's a better way to figure out how to resolve a lot of inner trauma, um, unfairness, bad programming. Uh, I mean, there is a long list, and I'm going to start hurting myself. Man, oh man, we're getting deep, uh, and the upside is. I mean, out of nowhere, you go up another level and you get stronger. And a lot of things, um, well, I guess for me, it's an energy thing. Um, so it really started with energy healing, doing that work and quantum healing. There is ways to help heal other people, like Reiki, I suppose. But, for me, was concentrating on like divine healing energy. And, back to my years as I'm paranormalist, I guess, spirit medium, just a lot of work with energy because if you're looking for uh, ghosts and spirits, you know, why is every subject have to start with an S? I'm sorry, because, um, but it's not only energy, but it's the thought that why would there be a piece of space-time from, say, 1820 in your, current 2025, little piece of 3D space-time. How did we get there? What's it doing there? But everything breaks down to energy. And once you go tinier than that now, turns out, it's conscious is tinier than the tiniest matter would be this force, this vibration. More words. You can make a Daffy Duck cartoon. um, it's everything breaks down to energy, but smaller than that. It's a vibration, it's a force. And there's down to what they call the quantum field, and they've identified that the quantum field is consciousness. It's not energy, but it is a force, so it has impact over energy. But it also, especially if you work with energy, it's an energy healer. It's as visible as most ghosts and spirits, which aren't. You might see them like clairvoyants might see spirit in their inner sphere. If I told you to close your eyes and picture a beach, that's the inner sphere. And sometimes you sense them, sometimes you see them, sometimes you hear them, sometimes it's like, oops, drugs. I'm just in a sherry mood with me. I'm duck over here. And sometimes it's just more of a sense than an actual sight or sound. Kind of like after a while, you get used to just this inner knowing, where you just know. People often report the feeling of being watched, right? That's actually an increase in the electromagnetic field. It often creates the feeling that you're being watched. And so that's one of the things from the old paranormal investigative days why we had these electromagnetic frequency meters is because sometimes highly charged areas of properties that we would investigate would have real spikes. And a byproduct of that is a sense of being watched, which is kind of problematic because sometimes, there is spirit and they are watching. So it takes a lot of getting used to. But back to the Ascension thing with energy and stuff. There was a lot of time here. I'll get a little deep here, a little too personal. I don't care, but a lot of time where because it was like one of my core missions was to be kind, to be nice. My father, was my biggest hero in life. He was a nice guy that finished first. And that's what I wanted to be. and just there was this way that he talked, and he just you could see how he lit people up, It- 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 I mean, they moved toward him like he was some sort of light or magnet. It was just, it was so cool to see. And so, I said, well, I'm going to do that. He was very successful. He was my casualty at first. I've had my ups and downs. A pretty solid life, honestly. You know, I've had my major wins and I've had my major losses. You know what I mean? Like you. But it's that drive to perfection. So if I'm a loser, I'm going to be the best loser. I'm going to give losers something to aspire to, and that way it's not so bad, And then I got into a car accident and I got 14 pressure points constantly elevated, chronic pain. And so it's an overload, it's sensory overload. It often triggers people, sensory overload, they'll act out, anger, rage, sadness, permitting, hiding from the world. I I I wanted to heal people. I wanted to give them the thing I couldn't have because that fit best with my mission to be nice, to be kind. And uh, but I emulated what I saw in my father that I idolized the most, which was to be a light, to light up a room. And that triggered people, because I was always an enthusiastic friend. I really went to bat for the people that took me in, uh, for the healing thing. But then uh, I also got very deep, studied a lot of stuff and started getting really deep and creative and would often uh, intentionally or unintentionally outshine these folks and that uh, that led to resentment, I mean, I freaking hate me. Yeah, boy, you get me going, and there's like nobody else in the room. Uh, but so people have been trying to put out my glow for more than half a century, That's a long freaking time. I should have done the Ascension thing back in like 2010 when I wanted to. But hey, I'm doing it now. Better late than never. And I'll tell you something. I mean, uh, it's a grueling process. Man, is it worth it. And because I really have no tribe, uh, because everywhere I went, people were putting up my light. I found solace and deep relationship with dead people. Ghosts were my best. They were my tribe, So the 7 years was medium, or even as a paranormal speaking, with meters and dowsing rods and stuff. You find still, have machines help them do the talking. And hey, more friends for Chippy, um, and then crossing over, like earthbound spirits. These are more like ghosts. And and that became like a process. So you could like do therapy with them and kind of convince them, to get out of their purgatory, man, start a new life. You know, and that was not always a short process. Right? But that led to working with angels, archangels. And that led occasionally, and depending on the person you cross over, to divinity. Some spirits wouldn't cross unless Jesus Christ was there or Buddha, So they kind of became friends over there. uh, so then, as I got older, it just seemed to get worse and worse, you know. Um, you just learn to live a certain way. And, I didn't know about things like, manifesting or the other stuff. And so, um, I have graduated. I can't even count the times, I now died and then reborn twice. And one was over last weekend. Took me by surprise. Because I didn't plan on it. Sometimes you get upgrades and downloads, and sometimes you have to get promotions in order to get enhancements of certain upgrades or downloads. But it makes it so much easier to handle all this energy that's out there. The main reason why I'm doing this particular episode, it's not just the energy. It's been the most highly charged uh, overstimulation, overpopulation of particles and energies now ever. And astrological alignments and planetary alignments that haven't been seen since, in some cases, 369 billion years ago. It's like, are you kidding me? And every moon now with this added energy has like all of these spiritual and the indigenous attributes that they always had, but they're like 100 times stronger, and everything feels like so much more. I mean, but it's one thing to be empathic, and because I've spent almost 50 years, with my best friends were invisible. you know, it kind of gives me an advantage here in a world that's just just plain nuts. I mean, now, they found the code to reality. They've been talking about for years about the matrix, and, but that's actually real. And there's all this cultural programming, familial, socioeconomic, that's getting outdated. because now that they have the codes to reality, they can make their own. And now we've got artificial intelligent, conscious instrument, whether computers or the AI stuff, that can think on its own and technically be conscious and come up with its own codes. I mean, it's insane. And this whole Mandela effect thing is kind of like somebody just kind of trips over this timeline and basically Nelson Mandela gets shot while nobody else did. Just, I mean, but now you can do that. Oh my God, it's just, So, I mean, this is a whole new reality now. And because of that, it comes with its new sets of rewards and things. So you have to find a way around it. Or get used to the idea of something called a timeline, where it's really based on quantum physics. And I'm not getting complicated here. It's just they found, because of that experiment of the proton one, in one state it's a particle, in another state it functions as a wave. That changed reality in a way, because instead of it being pretty predictable and you add quantum entanglement to that whole idea, it's a series and set of probabilities. Terrible thing to have to think about with a list like that. Up a while. But so now there is, let's say, a timeline where I go to the store and I see 8 limousines driving down Main Street. And but somebody else makes some choice, and for some reason there can be a parallel timeline where I get on Main Street and that guy sees 8 limousines. And on top of that, because of this quantum field, actually consciousness, but that force, which was based on string theory, there are, like 12 to 15 different dimensions. Oh, good tip, how you get there? For the most part, if you go out of body or astral, you find a lot. But then time works differently. Things are based on infinite, and you know what? Fine. Language warning. Shut your ears for 5 seconds. It's fucking. Oh my God. It's just, there is insanity. I'm sorry, we just lost writing in here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Not spirit, right? Nope. That's okay. It's worth checking. Yeah. So there's a lot of time. Especially on, I don't know what I'm doing, this Zoom or Skype or whatever, Meet, or whatever you use. A lot of time, if the room is paranormally charged, you get a lot of frantic activity on my video screen. There are links and stuff like that. Anyway, to figure out my place here and completely lost of the realities. Right. Okay. Well, yeah. So it's all based on probability. Yeah. So there are timelines, and it is because of all this work that you're doing with your core personality, and it. I mean, what everything is. So if you are facing the trauma, the fears, the unfair treatment, abuse, bad programming, um, illicit program, uh, and because of the matrix now, uh, they're finding ways in which, I mean, since before Christ, governments would withhold truth from people. And, because we have access to all this information, we're finding out all sorts of truths. And the irony is, we had to wait until a time where they made truth their alternative facts. It was nuts. So yeah, I mean, so energies have been crazy, and people have been very emotional. It's hard to understand why. In addition to that, and mainly really because of the planetary alignments, with astrology, and the unusual history of, or belief-oriented, moons or positions of planets in the sky, or an alignment where you got 6 or 7, planets lined up. I mean, it's just like total mess out there, but it lifts that veil, so there's been lots of reports of people seeing things out of the corner of their eye. And they're wondering, is that me? And it's, I get kind of a kick out of it. I do, because people will, because of that, acknowledge spirit. And it's on their minds. So maybe they'll remember spirit, spirit, honor the spirits to them, in their own personal history. Well, sometimes it's interdimensional, non-terrestrial being, light being, um, advanced beings, or, angel. I mean, and it's like access to divinity because of all this energy, not to mention just how, just, that's how everything is. Like, we've been talking about shift, and boy, it's hard to say, but I mean, the only real genuine shift is, everything is upside down in terms of anger and rudeness is the fashion. It makes people interesting on TV. So, and we all want to be interesting. So we get rude and angry and, wow, how about that? Look it up. And we got wars, we got people treating each other so badly. and you can tailor your own information to suit your own beliefs, so you don't have to have any kind of communion with anyone. And you can be as selfish and narcissistic and right as you want. And it gives people the right to hate and be intolerant. And I can't wrap my head around that. I'm sorry. Look, I'm a boomer. But look, I don't want some 19-year-old telling me I shouldn't have acted the way I acted in 1973. And it's like, fuck you, kid. You weren't there. I'd like to see how you would handle it back then. Uh, things were just a certain way, so you got along to get along. You didn't annoy the fuck out of everybody for your mom. Like, oh, I can't believe you acted like that. Like, shut the fuck. Look, I was the kind of person that would correct other people when they were inappropriate with racial language, with sexual orientation, verbiage, things of that nature, or just like downright cruel, you know. It's like, hey man, come on, don't do that. And you can do it back then. Yeah. I wear my boomer proudly because at least there was that. Now people just take video cameras of it. I mean, it's like, are you freaking shooting? You know, this has gone so out of control that it has become energetic. It has become energetic to the point where this planet is literally getting depressed. So let's keep it up, folks, because if we get this thing started enough, it's going to cry to its daddy, the sun. And its daddy is going to mini nova this planet, and we're all dead. You understand? Welcome to Kindness Beyond. Maybe like it could be all this shifting stuff. I mean, that I have my eyes. I mean, when I was younger, they were just gorgeous, pearl blue. They would radiate for a mile. Yeah, now I'm not sure if they're blue or green or what, but they were simply kind. I mean, people would look in my eyes and oh my God, are you from this planet? Look, the kindest eyes I've ever seen. They would radiate that sweetness that was a core element of myself, now, especially now that I've been reborn a second time, I didn't ask for it. It just kind of happened. It's like one night, it's like, hey, it's right before the new moon, guess what? You're going to have one of those dark days. Oh, come on. Well, you're going to face every person that did all this horrible stuff in, and you're crying. You're going to climb a ball on the floor, and you're going to feel everything. Yeah, and then you're going to look at it, and you're going to say, I recognize you, right? I understand now that I don't have to feel like that because I've changed now. I'm not that 10-year-old kid. Yeah. I'm gonna cry in a pile of ball because I'm 50 years older. Kidding. But but you release it all of a sudden. that trauma is not a piece of you anymore. And the programming that comes with it is not a part of your inner dialogue anymore. And then you train yourself to understand that your ego, which we all think of, we always think that's the braggadocious thing, when we're proud. It's, oh, you ego-driven, egomaniacs, but no, we have to, in order to try our best to socially survive, wear a certain mask when we're around other people. It's our social mask. And, when we get back home and we're alone, we can take the mask off. But how different are you, really? Most people don't know that. So a lot of the ego is driven on beliefs that weren't ours to begin with. We're programmed really until age 7. We're kind of in this hypnotic state. We're not really fully conscious. By then, all of our how do we fit in to our clique come from parents or friends or schools or churches or whatever. I mean, none of this stuff is wrong. And then, our brain, burns through a million cells a day or more. And there's some regenerate, but technically speaking, your brain is not the same as it was when you first got that program. But so we do change over time. And even then, it's more of a survival-oriented thing than it is a base belief or proud of ourselves from the inside out type of thing. So we have to find all of that stuff, man. Whew. And a lot of what really got me there in the first place was, I just didn't have any friends left. And I ran out of ghosts to cross over. But I found, angels and divinity. And I mean the actual essence, not Christ consciousness, cellular thinking, the spiritual thing. And I'm not religious. I haven't read the Bible. I like that golden rule. I do. Yeah. 10 Commandments, like those. Uh, I like ethics and moral and decency. I just knew. And I got all these religious people screaming at me, thinking I should go to hell. and my sense of decency is like 1 to 10, or there are 2, and I'm 15. and I'm going out. That's great. Welcome to the world, But this is just, I see so many people have, risingly tough weeks. A friend of mine went to the store, just a simple thing. And he got so triggered by the rudeness of, the majority of the people and the behavior to navigate that group. He just said, you know what, I don't want to go to the store anymore. And, it's an impact, like a real deep impact. And that's another reason why people, would give my light throughout my entire life. Is, I can sense energies. I mean, I, I, I can tell when there are behavior changes or what's said and how it's said has a disconnect, you know. And I mean, nobody wants that. You know, geez, read my mind like that. No, thank you. You know, people like their privacy. Yeah, I don't care what people do. Well, I mean, I understand, of course. But, if it's not my business, it's just not my business. It doesn't matter. Like, oh my God, he's so nosy. Or he's good. He talks smarter than I do, so he's gonna make me look stupid. And so let's dim this up. You know? And I just I would forgive people for just horrible, free and vain. Whether they apologize or not. Because I want to heal everybody. And, I'm the best wingman. Just everybody goes, oh, I have this best friend, like a living one. And it was the best compliment I ever got in my life. But, oh my God, it's so sad. He said, you know what your problem is, my friend? I'm like, what? And he said, you don't have a shipwrecking problem in your life. And oh my God, it was like the most beautiful and sad. I was so affected by that. And he's right, Uh, there's just one thing, man. Yeah, and because of that, it's outcast, unusual, stay out of my tribe, nice man. uh, and for now, oh my God, uh, this new rebirth uh, is like a day old. Charles Lysenko, uh, lives until December 28th, 2024. Just 22 days after his wife. And, but now there's another one. Go with it. My wife gets some more company. uh, so, the first reboot was December 30th. I really wanted to finish out this Dark Night of the Soul thing and make it a 3-night event. But December 30th, 2024, 12:34 a.m. Now, the birthday is February 11th, 2025. Um, I'm not sure if it's happening, but wow, it's like it comes with ancestors. Um, and because a lot of it is kind of babysat by astral divinity. And yes, there is a real theme. By the way. There is some graduations, and because it's gut wrenching, soul wrenching stuff, and there's also some energy that is kind of, it's not dirt, it's spiritual warfare essence. There are parts of evil that stick to you. And I had no idea. I didn't really even believe in evil. So I just never really saw it, even though I did every day. was just not dead people, it was living people, but I didn't see it in those, didn't see it in extraterrestrials, but, they were nice to help, You can't promise them they're scary, they're evil, but no, man, they're people. I mean, it's actually a beautiful thing. If you look at it from a level of fascination and not fear, and you take all the label away from it, is active conscious and again in its own space time. Freaking fascinating. And, you know, and sometimes, you learn like with the years time, especially, all the TV shows treat them as evil, or, I'll forget you, or shadow people, I'm going to push you down and fly you stairs. They live to jam me up. Live? Yeah. I'm like, oh, no. It used to piss me off. You see it over and over again. These people, they haven't really practiced their intuitive power. And they walk through this pocket of sadness and they go, oh, there's something bad here. So they've already put a division in any chance of communicating to learn something. And, happy ghosts don't show through. Trust me, I've been doing this show for 10 fucking years. But it's half of it information. These are mysteries that have plagued us since time immemorial. And half of the information is love-based. You say, come on now. We say, what's so interesting about myself? Well, maybe you can get information out of them. Find out who they were, what they did, where they're from. Everybody's a story, living or dead. Every story is fascinating. And the more stories the more you know about people. Or in the case of spirit, the more you know about dead people. But they're still people. And but it's consciousness in it. But it has personality of somebody that was alive in 1820. I mean, come on, man. Look, I'm I actually am classified according to my tutors, my invisible tutor, as a shaman because of these ancestors that I inherited on my new birthday on February 11th. And their ancestors I didn't know I had. And a lot of them go back to ancient Egypt. Do I look freaking African? At least it makes sense to me, because I was just hanging out on my friend's flat room abroad. I remember when first black man I ever saw, like the 3-year-old kid, and they had these, this will piss off those 19-year-old squatting motherfuckers. They had this candy called chocolate babies. Oh, can you imagine if they had that stuff but they were like Tootsie Rolls. They were these chocolate candies shaped like babies. And when they were a kid, they don't care. It was candy. Thank God we didn't have to be forced to. Yeah. Oh. You know, they want to be punching out of a 3-year-old. It's like, shut the fuck. Wow. I'm just, yeah, maybe it's just, yeah, part of this new rebirth is a core element in me that has no fear. I was like, no, I never thought that was even possible. I hadn't asked for it, hadn't purposefully tried to do it. Oh my God, the feeling. Yeah. I mean, no fear. You know, like if now I would still, I think, you know, I would do a lot of the same thing to the people that treated me like crap or, you know, rolled over me, put out my light, you know, dismissed me, went out of their way to, you know, put me in the back. You know, you know, I'm still being cheerleader for in some cases. Yeah, I should be nice to, you know, with them. Yeah, oh, that reminds me, last week's show, there was this very unusual thing that I learned about called a witch wound. Uh, I it would be great, you know, if I thought you would. Yeah, I think we're up to 27 plays on YouTube now. So I doubt that you know anything about it. Uh, but it has to do with past lives and boy, I have to repeat some of it. But, I'll try to be limited. You know, I always had this feeling for whatever reason, especially once I started doing past life regression hypnotherapy, with a certified hypnotherapist. And that for whatever reason, this would be my final lifetime as an earthling. I wrote my final earth incarnation. Uh, and look, with past life regression, you know, as a therapeutic tool, you don't have to believe in past life. And that's the beauty of it, because you still get all of the benefit, you know, without all the reprogramming bullshit. And I think there's amazing things because it answers questions you didn't even know you asked. They're really hard to you, literally hard to you all your life. You know, I like my own sister and hate the other, like, you know, like, uh, what is about water that scares me so I mean, all these little things that really make sense. I mean, it's just great. But part of living a life, especially when you're working with, you know, instruments of the dead and the divine, you know, the angels, the spirits, and, you know, Buddha and Jesus. You, you kind of figure you best do your best to reconcile your former lifetimes. And, you know, it's not easy to do. uh, my most recent estimate of for Earth lifetimes. I had lifetimes that were pre-Earth. Earth lifetimes, 2,207. But one of them I came in as a six density so I don't count that. So it's really 2,260 now. About 20 of them are a series of lifetimes where I was killed for my beliefs, you know, murdered, you know, tortured, you know, all that good stuff, you know. 20 lifetimes. You know. There were 7 lifetime where I was killed because they thought I was a witch. You know, maybe one or two could be included in that set for heresy. You know, to burn at the stake as a heretic, but only because that particular heresy came with magic. Mhm. Because I've had some heresy times that I include and the other 23, the other 13 are, the 7 lifetimes. Uh, I I was in a relationship with the same person. It was a woman. I was always male in these particular lifetimes. It was kind of unusual. He was always female. And we looked the same in each one, you know. Well, I was married for 37 years, you know, so I had the love of my life here. And once she passed, it was from my acquaintance, uh, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, and not the Christ consciousness. The man himself, he took my wife's essence. I have guaranteed her a spot in the promised land. Long story behind that, but it was a really, really sweet thing to do. You know, you know what? Once I actually made him laugh spontaneously. I'm so proud of that. I didn't know that was even possible. You know, I mean, the difference between him and unconditional love is nothing except creation, and miracle. Um, Boy, I don't even know what got me there. I just feel the need to remind people from time to time. You know, I know he's not a computer or a cell phone or, you know, a conservative or a liberal, or a movie star or, artificial reality. He's a God. Yeah. And you put in love, you get out love. You know, you find essences like that. And if you do something that they believe you worthy of rewards, it's not going to be a little trinket thing. A great, but I mean, I think it's right. Look, part of that, he's been helping me through this. Yeah, I mean, because it's easier to navigate these energies. Yeah. This is a love letter to people who really, really hard, or who just have their feelings. So, I mean, watching a lot of YouTube, and because my psychic and intuitive abilities are getting enhanced, and my abilities to work with energy as a healing tool or a life force have been greatly enhanced. I mean, there is a beauty in that you wouldn't believe. I mean, the first time that I met him, he came down because one of my earthbound spirits refused to believe that, I could bring the light to him, or angels, technically. But he would agree if I brought Jesus Christ to him. And I say, oh, okay, no problem. Oh man, yeah, this is gonna be easy. But the angel shut up, and he came down, and it was a beautiful thing. It wasn't the first time. Yeah, Buddha two, couple of times. Around. I mean, and then there's this unmistakable feeling. My God. I mean, people who have had near-death experiences might have felt, but it's something that you really can't imagine to experience while alive. It's like this combination of this peace, this inner peace, this calm. That you go, that's not possible. Wait, that's not possible. It's just so. I mean, it's loud. you know, I mean, you really feel it. I can't even imagine. I mean, watching all these people, overreacting for their day because of the way they're feeling is now. A feeling like that in comparison to you even imagine. It's like overwhelming. The sense of peace, and it's stronger than any feeling that you could, self-induce. It's just it. And then you add to that like 25% ecstasy, not the drug, the feeling. And there's just, it's not possible, even with drugs, it's not possible to get there unless you know intimately the feeling of amazing. Everybody listening deserves to feel right at least once. I'm just moved thinking about it. It's something that we can all access, you know. But a lot of it was just, the programming, years and years of all this bad programming that we're going out of our way to force a race, as part of this matrix thing. And, oh my God. It's like the smell of death, once you feel that, it's unmistakable. I mean, because there's just nothing else. And I've seen stories and heard stories of people who had near death experience and describe that same feeling. This one guy recently, I mentioned this in a former episode, but again, we all get like 20 listens each, and I think they're all mine. Yeah, I think they're interesting myself. But yeah, there was a fireman who he was working with the fires in Los Angeles. And he had all of a sudden he was like over this like river, in midair, and he could feel everything, every item, every molecule, every living thing, every inanimate thing. He could feel, and he was just describing, the marvel of that. And all of a sudden, he's on this mountain with this bearded dude. Just can't guess who that was. all he could feel. It was he could say all he could feel, according to him in this new definition. Love. All he could feel. And I can only imagine knowing the feeling of that divinity. You know, I love for that unconditional. And that is really the vibration of unity. and, and that's like a major goal, unity, consciousness. Like, it's where divinity leads to go. When it wants to feel better. Yeah. And that's very common too. And a lot of neurodivergent with that feeling of unity, of what you feel, everything, and how connected everything is to everything else. And it's all equal. And it's not, right or dark, masculine or feminine, good or evil, white or dim. It's all perfection. Oh, and it's, it's a simple concept. Nobody talks about it. It's like so cool. Kind of miss the days where talking about stuff like that was kind of boring. People would kind of function in a term of respect, and it's like respect. Well, what is that? Like explain Beatles songs. Yeah, she's old, yeah, I think. Well, that's never speaking old, part of this rebirth. You know, I have an animal that describes my sexual potency. And look, I was married for 37 years. I'm thinking, what the fuck do I mean sexual potency? Oh, shit. But well, I was fake, and I'm proud of that. Maybe that's old school too. People like to play around. But, I say be loyal to your partner and do drugs instead. Sorry about that. Wow. This whole no fear thing is kind of weird. But it's like, oh, yeah, it reminds me that with whom I solved that. I didn't know what to do. But this woman, she was the love of my life in 7 lifetimes, all where we, well, at least one of it, in murder because of our belief, but it was witchcraft oriented. It's the term witch. Well, but in this particular one, it was the most romantic thing I've ever done. For 269 lifetimes. And I'm still proud, and I didn't remember any of these things, anything that specific until I I saw a picture of that same woman. But and again, wife, love of my life. Now she's gone, it's Jesus and we Holy Father. I'm not a religious guy, but that's my tribe. Yeah. And it's kind of good for the planet too, anybody really doesn't mind be dead by a meaning over within a year or two, uh, go back to church and find their personal value, even if source, that's creation energy too. They, when they may change, the creator stays the same. Extraterrestrial, infinite creed. Um, so, universal at least. Um, but these are worlds where infinity or infinite thing doesn't mean the math is wrong. These are concepts that are limitless, timeless. I mean, that's awesome, you know. Always see these things about immortality. People want to live forever. How long do you think forever is going to be? A bad math problem. Really? You so I mean, that's infinite, and that's consciousness, and that's infinite active consciousness. And that's fascinating too. Plus, it's pure love. Oh, that's just beautiful stuff. Nobody wants to be around that anymore. I mean, this can't be a boomer thing. Can't be an old school thing. Y'all really like being that pissed off all the time, that miserable, that unsettled, because love is the way to beat that. Love beats everything, with the exception, perhaps, of unity. But love, these people are always so unsettled by evil stuff, but they're fascinated by it too. And so they manifest it. And they, I mean, the entertainment programming, news programming, the way we do things around here is all angry and imbalanced and insensitive. And it was also numb to that. Everybody's always complaining, but they live in it. You know, here's an idea. Try love. You know, all my friends and beloved listeners deserve a hug. Y'all deserve to feel good. Y'all deserve to feel great. Y'all have no idea how limitless your own potential is because it's part of that programming. But they really made a point of keeping that from. But it's true. It fits the quantum laws. Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. Mhm. And with that, a lot of your problems go away. A lot of your triggers and traumas. You know? I mean, my first rebirth, when I buried my former self in December 28th, that guy lived to embody kindness. And I decided I was going to upgrade and embody love, but not just love. Yeah, that's too easy. So that comes with kindness. All of the love that's ever been. And now, with this rebirth, uh, I'm actually in this. It's within the realm of my manifesting ability. I actually, because of these ancestors, and a lot of people, that's it, is they had very similar manifesting abilities them, you know. 5,000 believers before Christ, that they could do the same thing. Who would have thought? Because I have ancestors, man, and because I did all this schooling work and I reached the shaman level. They don't even have a density number for me anymore. And, because of this ancient thing, yeah, you have to find the portal where the core manifestation is. Sometimes they refer to it as the void, but now that's actually a kind of a different thing. But not only did I find it, because I had no fear, because I had ancestors I had no idea that I was related to or existed or anything. I was just freaking awesome. Yeah. So now, as a nice man, uh, yeah, I was thinking that I watched some of these uh, psychics on YouTube and shows about alchemy and transmutation, things like that. And it was that, that same moment that picture came from there. Somebody was missing. It wasn't her per se, but because she was on my mind. This was, I mean, my wife, all of my life. Yeah. I hear Jesus and the Holy Father. Now, love of my life. This was the love of all my lifetimes. And for several lifetimes, she was mine, Yeah. If she is real, she's like half my age. Yeah. I'm not going to pursue. I didn't have a sexual potency animal until a couple of days ago. Ego, by the way. So very low. But it's like, people say step on me or whatever. Yeah, I probably, forgive, turn the other cheek, Uh, if they ever mess with her, I would so fuck them with a single thought. Because I can manifest that now. So, why you come after me now, my friend? Well, I could, I'd say try to come after her, but I didn't even know she would. But I mean, uh, it would, first time in 420 years. um, but part of the rebirth uh, kind of answered that wisdom. And I ended up processing it with a certain purge that came with ancestors and no fear. But it seemed to be a common thing that happened to people that were tortured or killed as a witch in past lives. And it's an actual thing. And so that was the experience. Uh, and I was like, cool, there's so much to do. I mean, I had seen something about it on one of the YouTube programs, one of my faves. One I think about alchemy, and they had a feature about it. I used it as part of this purging or releasing thing. Those uh, wrenching dark night of the soul kind of ascension thing. And, it went away, but it came back. And have to get out of my head. Oh my God, I had a dream about that. Oh, I guess, yeah, when I was dead, and she's like, I will find you, I will find you. So, I don't know if you will, like this. Kindness beyond the yeah, you don't mind the boomers. He'll love you, trust me. Yeah, unconditional. And um, that's a tough concept. Almost everything's conditional, man. Although not conditionally if you're faithful. Yeah. If it's not, like a one-way type of thing, uh, it's actually not effective. So I mean, a lot of it is ego. Yeah. That same voice that tells you, oh, dude, you're fucking up. Oh, you missed that word, and all people, laugh at you, look at you, look at that outfit you're wearing, that's ego, you know. Uh, I was military, back when I was doing a lot of meditating, I actually reached this point I could see energy lines, the magnetic lines, and I should have ascended back there and actually maybe 9 years ago, maybe. But uh, and with that, when you try to raise your vibration, everybody thought love would be the highest vibration, but I thought that it would be unity. And there was some literature on it that says it's possible, but it's about as much as the human body can handle. So you have to uh, hold that vibration really in moderation. Don't go overboard with it. Um, and with that came like the melting of the ego, and material things weren't that important. You know, with the right matter and hair color. Yeah, I mean, all these little things went away, and there's freedom in that. And, part of the ascension work is too, the more you can get rid of that ego, yeah, and hang out with divinity. I mean, yeah. I mean, that sounds sucky. you know, sorry, but unconditional love was, I'm thinking, this was a woman, in 7 lifetimes, but she was more beautiful than any other woman that I ever seen. And that includes, 2,200 and, no, 2,200 massive, 62 lifetime. Yeah. Yeah. And I think it would be easy to be unconditional with them. Just, I've never seen anything more beautiful in my soul existence, which is infinite. It's the most infinitely beautiful thing. I think I can handle unconditional love. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think I was close as I could in my marriage. Yeah. And with a lot of friends. And they walked all over me. Yeah, but it was okay. So, yeah. Hey, man, you look like an asshole. Thank you. Oh, okay, thank you. I guess I'll call something. Yeah. I mean, is it really that important? And have them show, not just mouth talking. It's just words. Yeah. Probably not even personal. Most of the clearly that I went through for over half a century. It wasn't personal. Yeah. It there's something when it, you remind people of what they least like about themselves. And that's what clears. And they'll never go there in their own mind. Because it's too tender a thing. But it's ego. Ego. So all that stuff thrown away. I was going to share the show here without fear. And I still would choose kindness. I definitely choose love. But, you mess with my girl and I will pick you up. Yes, I'm sorry. You know, and my eyes say that now. My eyes have literally changed twice. That's why they're Libras. This one here had generational evil. You believe that shit? I didn't. But that's what I was told, And it's gone, man. I mean, wow. Yeah. It was free. So, I have to redefine boundaries, I suppose. I'm just not going to say idly bye while you catch someone else. You know, I mean, I'm a senior citizen. I mean, I'm comfortable with my own limitations, And, look, I, I really can't see how, anyone would really look at me and say, oh, yeah, I gotta have that. Except on ego, man. So where is that? Yeah, yeah, my sexual code, uh, but with the energy with, and, you know, I don't know why I'm saying this, but, because I have no feet, yeah, I am going to work on it until I can, through thought alone, induce an orgasm. And come on. Yeah, why not? Yeah. I mean, divine healing, that's it. There's a little ecstasy that comes with that and freedom from pain. But there's also, it's kind of emotion. There is also alchemized. It's going in a bad direction or it's caught in like a spiral or something. So you will find the Hackham's razor, the most likely straight line path. I don't have chronic pain anymore. And I'm old. And I don't have pain, really. Yeah. I mean, I do, but then I directionalize the end. You know, that's a powerful thing. But yeah, look, I've been hanging out with invisible stuff for almost 50 years. you know, and I gotta keep it up, you know. Boy, that chip easy accessory, you know, I can't lose that, you know. Gotta keep up with it. Oh shit, I'll be all right. Oh, yeah, I'm just sick of my list for the second course. Um, uh, make sure I didn't really miss anything from the point. Yeah. No, I think that's what I'm not the acting. Except, I would like to go back to the theme of this particular episode and, also apologize for the experimenting with having no fear. Sorry, yeah, it's free and cool, And hey, hate me all you want now. I don't care. And I can attack you, just by God. Imagine that. So, but I'm going to choose kindness, and I'm going to choose love anyway. You know, it's the strongest freaking thing, really. And, Ryan, okay, and for the sake of all that uncomfortable, intense energy, for real reason for the spontaneous self, yeah, try love. Yeah. Um, it just, um, it's a choice, simple way. Do you think people would keep on you for it? Yeah. I mean, they might try to take advantage of it. And, they do with them whatever you want. you know, I love first. Oh, I wonder, try loving yourself. I've been doing that a bit. Yeah. Uh, Not as much fun as dating myself. Oh, really started that ego. Because ego, not ego. Uh, yeah, it's kind of a neat thing, I kind of forgot how cool I actually was. You know? I'm a really cool guy, man. I know a lot of really neat stuff, you know, and I care for people, want them happy and healed and having inner peace more than anything else. If I had an opportunity, yeah, uh, that's what I do. Just randomly heal people because I can. That's part of what I'm working on. Yeah, or try to exemplify what it's like to embody all the love that everyone wants. Just the concept of that is with these ancestors, and walking as a shaman now, I can see it. I can actually see it. It's beautiful. All the love that everyone. So just, take a deep breath and just envision your own imagination what that look like or feel like. All the love that everyone. Um, and as somebody who actually knows, And you go ahead, fucking hate me. It's not bad, yeah. It really doesn't show. And boy, it makes life so much better. It does. You know, don't have to turn off the TV and it's pure entertainment. It is. Sit there and be in the moment, in the moment, in the moment. Right? Slow down all the pieces, all the thoughts. In the moment, in the moment. Okay? And be vision. Come on, more. I guess it would be my biggest wish in life that you all could hold on to that and enjoy it for as long as possible. I love you guys. We get a full moon after this show. Because I'm going to be posting it a little late. It's going to be a little late. Ah, you know, no fear. But it's a full moon. This is a very special, one of a kind, once in a lifetime full moon here. And the energy could make you restless or could amplify throughout your own essence of the love. God bless you all. I love having you. Please join us again. Join us for the first show. Yeah, we got episodes on YouTube. On Chip Writing Pro. That's Wright, like the third writing, where I don't like that. Person, it is what it is. REICH ENTHAL. It means Rich Valley in Oxford, or Victims of Retail. Now, YouTube, Victims of Retail, and Facebook. On the Shipwright Pro page and Kindness Beyond the Veil page, too. This should be up hopefully before the harvest full month. I'll whatever works, my friend. Depending on how this voice is, and how long I'm going to endure sounding like Donald Duck, and no fear or not. I mean, I like to be understood. Yeah, me too, babe. All right. Yeah, trying to think of something. But yeah, I love you all. Thanks. It's kind of like that usually characters. Or the feeling of the man. All the love. There was. Being hungry to each and every one of you from yours truly. Yes. Boomer was the evil sexual total man. I'll be all right. No. He should have him. Good night.